I play Sister Aloysius Beaubier, who is headmistress of a school in the Bronx in New York, Catholic school. She's a nun, and she belongs to the Sisters of Charity. And in fact, the playwright studied with the Sisters of Charity at a school in the Bronx when he was growing up. So there's a great deal of sort of truth in the interaction between the characters in this play.
It's a story set in the Bronx in 1964 in a Catholic school, and there's the head nun of the school, the principal of the school, Sister Aloysius, suspects my character, Father Flynn, who is a young priest, of making advances towards one of the young 8th grade boys, and the play sort of centers itself around the conflict that ensues. She is convinced that he has in fact done something inappropriate, and yet she has no evidence, but she's still quite certain, and he basically has to defend himself from her.
What do you do when you're not sure? That's the topic of my sermon today. You look for God's direction and you can't find it.
I enlist the aid of Sister James, who is one of my youngest, least experienced teachers, and I enlist her eyes to help me look, and she actually does find something in her classroom that gives her concern, and she comes to me. So that's the first big piece of information that I get.
She sort of, in a way, recruits Sister James, the part that I get to play, to help her on a quest.
Sister Aloysius is also her Catholic ideology is very pre-Vatican II, and Father Flynn's is very much about reform and progressive education, a church that greets its parishioners with open arms, a church in which the clergy are treated like family members rather than emissaries from Rome. And so they have very different philosophies and very different approaches to the way that they go about doing their jobs. And each of them is not particularly tolerant or approving of the other's philosophy.
You see, Sister James, I am making a point. I know that Stephen Imsio, Noreen Horan and Brenda McNulty are 1, 2 and 3 in your class. School-wide there are 48 such students each grade period, and I make it my business to know all 48 of their names. I do not say this to aggrandize myself, but to illustrate the importance of paying attention. I think you are a competent teacher, Sister James, but maybe not our best teacher. The best teachers do not perform. They cause the students to perform.
Do I perform?
As if on a Broadway stage.
Sister Aloysius, in Father Flynn's eyes, is very much old school Catholicism.
It quickly becomes revealed that there is one man in particular I'm supposed to watch out for. And through a number of sort of veiled communication, it comes out that Father Flynn may or may not have done something.
An inside view of her journey is, as she gathers each piece of information, she makes the best decision possible given what she knows to take care of the problem and save the children who are in her care.
She very much believes that because we as priests and nuns have taken certain vows, that distinguishes us in some way from lay people. We are different. And Father Flynn, I don't think we're so different.
I find him to be someone who is like-minded in that he's very warm and open to the children, very affectionate, very wants to get down and talk with them, and that's very unconventional.
Then I enlist Sister James's aid in helping me basically pull one over on the young priest. I invite him to my office under full circumstances.
I think she scares me, but I think I can't write her off because I really respect her, and I do wish in the end I could be more like her, in the way that she can stand on a conviction and make a real decision and never waver.
I think that she's kind of like an old battle axe, an old Catholic battle axe, and her time is growing short, and I think she knows it and doesn't like it one bit.
I also go to a parent once I find out which child is in danger. I go to a parent, I have her come into my office, and I try to work with her on this.
I play the mother who's concerned about her son in this environment because her son is also different in other ways.
Find out some things in that meeting that are absolutely appalling to me being Sister Aloysius.
My impression of Sister Aloysius is that this is a nun or woman set in her ways and will take anybody down with her when she's going for a particular fight. And she has a fight that she's carrying with her. She has an idea that she's carrying with her, and she's going to take all the children down with her because she wants so badly to persecute this one man.
People who abuse young children will say anything and are incredibly plausible. Again, you're getting a little Sister Aloysius thrown in here, but for Sister Aloysius, men are a big issue. The power of men, the covering for each other. In this time, the pedophilia is really under wraps. Terrible word. So she believes, because of what she's seen and what she's heard, and how she feels about Father Flynn, she believes that he's guilty. And I'm not sure anything could happen that would change her mind.
There are those of you in church today who know exactly the crisis of faith I describe. I want to say to you, doubt can be a bond as powerful and sustaining as certainty. When you are lost, you are not alone. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.